Boruto and Kawaki's fallout from the future is one of the biggest plot twists of the series. The full utilization of their weapon cum ability, the Kama Seal, has really made their conflict even more intense. But by keeping all the available information in mind, we can predict the eventual outcome of this fight. And that's what this video is about, so subscribe if you love my content and let's begin. Recently, the mystery of the Kama Seals used by Boruto and Kawaki in the time skip got solved. Boruto's Kama Seal was there because of his rebirth as an Otsutsuki, while the Kama used by Kawaki is an artificial weapon that can mimic almost all abilities of Isshiki Otsutsuki. The red Kama wielder has got the power of shrinking things with Sukona Hikona, so Boruto using a sword against him doesn't make any sense unless there is some big brain stuff going on in Boruto's mind. Since Boruto is a totally new Otsutsuki being and not just a duplicate of Momoshiki, there's a really good chance that he's going to unlock some new and original abilities. The Jougan could also be one of them, and as I discussed in some of my previous videos, that how this human to Otsutsuki transformation of Boruto shall bring in the awakening of pure eye. There is no doubt in that the entire destruction of Konoha was only possible because of Kawaki's Kama. This ability cum weapon instantly turned Kawaki into an Otsutsuki level danger, while there's something fishy going on in Amado's mind behind this buff of the red Kama wielder. As we know, Naruto won't be able to save the village since Kawaki's Otsutsuki will manipulate him to end the era of Shinobis by the means of destruction. The only person who would be willing to defeat Kawaki would be Boruto, since the fate and role of other characters still remain a mystery. Now the question which remains here is that who's going to win the fight of the time skip if there won't be any interference of a third person. If Boruto had also got an artificial Kama as weapon after somehow vaporizing Momoshiki's original Kama from his body, then in my opinion Kawaki would have been the victor in the time skip. The reason behind this is that Momoshiki himself accepted inferiority to Isshiki, as he was pretty surprised that a high rank Otsutsuki like him would actually face defeat. So if both of them were utilizing artificial Kamas, Boruto would have been at loss for sure. But the scenario is pretty different here, cause Boruto is a 100% Otsutsuki being, while Kawaki's body can also be utilized as a sacrifice to 10 tails, but he is not as pure of an Otsutsuki as Boruto. Moreover, this Otsutsuki prowess of Boruto must be the reason of his Jougan awakening, cause if we think about it, Boruto in his human form must not have enough affinity to control the pure eye. This makes his evolution as an Otsutsuki even more sensible. Coming on to the point that I mentioned earlier, Boruto using a sword against Kawaki would be totally useless since Kawaki can shrink it with his dojutsu. Chances are when this scene first appeared, the writers hadn't thought so much about it. Maybe that's why Kawaki wasn't shown with Isshiki's eye in the prologue scene. This could mean that Boruto won't be using any sword against Kawaki, but I don't think something like that is worth happening, cause this never before seen dojutsu in Boruto's right eye, which is likely from the Otsutsuki god, must have some ability that could save his sword and other weapons from getting shrinked. This would eventually give Boruto a really great advantage, but saying this would lead up to his ultimate victory would be insufficient. Kawaki had been training under Jigen even before his Otsutsuki evolution. That's why he has got a better control of his powers than Boruto, who never had any formal training before. But when we look at the appearance and outfit of Boruto from the future, it really seems like he had gone through some training, and if that training helped him in sharpening his Otsutsuki powers, then I guess he will gain an easy upper hand against Kawaki. Roughly comparing both of these prodigies would also make Boruto the victor at the end of their showdown. But there's one more thing that proves Boruto would eventually win this fight, and that is plot armor. A plot armor is a phenomenon which often occurs in fiction where a main character is allowed to survive dangerous situations because they are needed for the plot to continue. As far as I've seen the foreshadowing that the creators have placed in Boruto, this fight of time skip could by no means be the finale of the series, cause there are apparently some more Otsutsukis coming, and there can be an entirely different arc after Kawaki's defeat where Boruto's Jougan would save the whole universe. Boruto unlocking the Jougan and his evolution as an Otsutsuki aren't only limited to the Kawaki fight, but some even greater adventures that will be revealed to us as the story will continue.